Hey guys, welcome back. John Megacycle here after a bit of a vacation. Coming back to another episode of MotleyCraft on our Feed the Beast server. A lot has changed since the last time I've been here. We actually lost the server. Um, I'll just start off by saying don't use Wrathlamps at all. After doing a bunch of research, we realized all too late that Wrathlamps cause a significant issue. And actually, let me just bring these up for you. Wrathlamps create an absolute significant issue with memory leaks on servers. So we placed about a dozen of these bad boys, and what they do is they create an absolute obscene amount of light. It takes a little bit of doing, it takes a little bit of resources, a little bit of time to make, but they're amazing, they're beautiful, they do a great job lighting up an area. Not so much as these torches. I mean, these torches certainly don't do as much of a job as a wrath lamp, but the wrath lamps are absolute memory hogs. What I had to do, since I'm the administrator on the server, I actually had to go through piece by piece and try to recover all of the worlds. And since we use so many plugins, it was a little hard to find all of the worlds, like for Mistcraft and such. So what I had to do was I had to pull out the overworld, the nether, and the end, and I had to rebuild the server from scratch. Certainly not any fun. We did have quite a few bits and pieces in the Mistcraft worlds, but I'm really thankful I was able to save this, considering this is where a lot of people have their bases. Aside from Spectral and I believe Joshimus, everything is here in the overworld. So, hard lesson learned. When we do a reboot, which we'll actually be doing soon, I've made it clear to everyone that they should try to keep their primary bases in the overworld, and then try to build any secondaries if they want using Mistcraft later on. And I'm not good enough with Linux and all that such to rebuild a complete world or trying to identify where all the world pieces are using Mistcraft. It was a pain just to get this started, to be honest. But I'm really glad I was able to recover it and that sort of thing. So, lesson learned. If you're going to try out a new mod or a new plugin or a new anything on a server, especially, with Feed the Beast or anything like that where a lot of new stuff can get packaged, make sure for goodness to do a little bit of research when using new items to make sure if there's any new bugs or anything that's been found to cause issues on your server, that you do a good job and you try to make sure that you do your research. The last thing you really want to do on a server is try out a new mod pack or something. Hey, cool new thing, automated factory cheese generator, whatever, and then find out, well, it causes memory leaks, it corrupts process threads, it causes chunk load errors, all that stuff. I mean, they can only really test so much when it comes to Feed the Beast or really anything like that. I mean, that's why you have a development team, that's why you have people to test, that's why I don't want this rotten potato. Get out of here. Boop. I mean, that's why you have testers, but you can only really test something so much. I do have an experience in programming, and I do realize that once you really test for something that you're looking for, especially if you've got a small development team, or, speaking by myself, if I was creating some code and writing it and testing it, I may be only testing one or two scenarios. I might not have all the time in the world to go through every single possible method and every single possible scenario. It would make programming insanely expensive, especially if you've got a small team of people working on a single plugin. You don't really necessarily know how that plugin might interact with other plugins. You don't know how a mod pack might interact with an operating system. I mean, there's a lot there. So, really, to give anyone grief other than myself for not doing the research would be kind of stupid. So, hard lesson learned by the Motley Crafters. From now on, whenever we want to try a new mod pack or a new design or something like that, that isn't tried and true functionality, you got to do the research. You can do it on the Feed the Beast wiki page. That's a good spot to check. There's also other spots you can just check Google directly and just say the item, and then just do a search, figure out if anyone's run into that issue before. Granted, people are playing Minecraft in so many different ways. You're going to find people that find errors that you may have never heard of, that sort of a thing. So it's good to just keep an eye out. Not that you've got to make it, mandatory reading every day, but the way I say is, if you're going to do something out of the realm of normal Minecraft, using new tools, using experimentation with a mod pack or whatever, just make sure you do a little reading up, make sure that you're doing your homework. It'll make the server admin me. Way happier in the long run that I don't have to fix something that's busted, but this was a good learning lesson. I had no idea Wrathlamps were causing a problem, and the real gotcha of it was we had no idea until the server reboots. I have it coded that every few hours, if no one logs in, the server reboots. It kind of keeps loaded chunks out and tries to free up some memory. That way it kind of stays fresh for everybody. Considering the Motley Crafters all have different work schedules, I think, yes, I am on by myself. That kind of gives a nice... carrots. I'm losing track of what I'm doing. Is this one carrots? That one's carrots, okay. So, since all the Motley Crafters have different work schedules, as I was trying to say, it's good to just keep the server fresh. So if I'm on for 2 hours, and then Rotorhead's on for 2 hours or whatever, that ensures the server's fresh for him when I'm done. And that's always just a good policy I like to have, you know, when in doubt, just reboot the darn thing. I can't tell you, growing up, how many times I fixed computer problems just by rebooting it. And when I was growing up, I didn't know much about computers either. I mean, I learned about computers and video games, I believe, starting off like age 4 or 5-ish. I mean, I started it really young. But so many times it's just trying to work with something, can't figure it out, trying to interface with BIOS, trying to get a new thing you put into work because the interrupt was on the wrong whatever. And just take a time, take a couple seconds, reboot the darn thing, and it fixes. You turn on your machine, doesn't work, doesn't come back right away, it's not responding. Not too sure why? Well, why don't you just give it a second here, reboot it, try it again. Not that hard. So, anyway, we placed all the Wrathlamps. I didn't notice any errors on the logs. I didn't see any issues, and it wasn't causing, game-stopping errors until the server rebooted. Lo and behold, the darn thing won't stay alive for more than 7 seconds. It would turn on, it would load all the chunks, it would load all the places we had the Wrathlamps, and then poof, it would just die. Out of memory errors, like you wouldn't believe, that sort of a thing. Not good juju. I even pulled down the MotleyCraft server and I put it on my personal server, which has 12 gigs of RAM, and I gave it 8 gigs of RAM to see if I could try to, reach the upper limit that it was running out of, and still no dice. My server was getting there, it was loading all of the levels, and then poof, just no bueno. So, again, hard lesson learned. Anyhow, back to more promising news. We did lose all of our Mistcraft worlds, so not good news, but we do have a good position right here to upgrade to 1.6. Right now we've been on 1.5.2. Where does that say that? Oh, there, in the upper left. Okay. Minecraft 1.5.2. That's what we've been on for, ever since we did Feed the Beast. So what we have right now, since we've lost all of our Mistcraft worlds anyway, now's a really good opportunity for us to upgrade. And since... Get that egg in there. And since we've just heard about the releases for the new mod packs, I'm certainly itching to give it a try. What I'm going to do, however, being the admin for the server, we're going to give it some time before we jump into it. My personal theory is whenever the newest and latest and greatest thing comes out, just give it a week. Just give it 1 week and then go buy it, or then go try it, go download the software, whatever. And 1 week is usually enough for other people that are not patient enough to jump in, get the latest and greatest because they couldn't wait, they couldn't be patient, and then they run into a lot of the early issues for you. So it's not something that you have to worry about. No, I don't want to eat those. I just want to collect them. Come on. So, I've informed all the peoples. Oh, I guess I did just want to eat it. I kind of forgot. How many berries can I eat? Okay, now I'm just in some eating loop. Weird. Okay, whatever. Anyhow, I've informed all the people on the MotleyCraft. Well, that was interesting. All this weirdness is just going to interrupt my conversation. Anyway, I've gone through and I've informed everyone that 1.6 is out, and that's certainly something we can upgrade to whenever everyone was ready. And like I was trying to say earlier, since we lost all our Mistcraft worlds, this gives us an opportunity already. It's not like someone's really itching into a project or what have you. Though we are going to check the arena before much longer into this episode. Come on, gimme. Okay. Um, yeah, anyway, I keep getting derailed in my thoughts. One of the ways, to segue real quick here, one of the ways that's been really, really helpful trying to keep track of everybody is I created a Facebook page, or group. It's a group, that's right, okay. It's a Facebook group with all the members of the MotleyCraft server on it. You can create groups now a lot more easy than you could way back when. It didn't make a whole lot of sense with the privacy, but as of recent, I think Facebook has actually done a semi-decent job when it comes to creating a group that you only want a certain amount of people to see. That's been really handy. So whenever I've got announcements or any tips and tricks, we make sure that we post it in there, just in case. Hey, if you want to try this out, this is really handy to clear out a mountain or something. Or hey, this is a really neat thing to do or try. Or hey, someone started a new farm or something. You know, little stuff like that is really cool to listen and check up on. So whenever I do any announcements, I go ahead and I post it there. That's been really handy considering how prevalent Facebook is and that sort of a thing, and everyone's got it on their mobile phone, and it's just a far easier way to try to communicate. Maybe not perfectly ideal, but it's certainly better than trying to collaborate through a bunch of emails, considering I do have some members on the server that, try to keep emails as kind of like a personal communication device. They keep their spam filters very clear. They try to limit as much stuff as, goes on in there. So I try to respect that and try to keep it light. So we're going to go ahead and dump off the fish here. Cool, cool. And that's capped. And I believe that's all I needed to do on the farm here. Just wanted to reminisce a little bit. Actually, let's just take a quick gander here. This really turned out as one of my favorite builds. Very simple, very clean, very math. I'm gonna phrase it that way. Very math. Everything's symmetrical. Everything's nicely keyed out. Everything's crisp and clear. There's plenty of room for more expansion. I think for the next build, when we upgrade, I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna do a farm-esque style, but I'm gonna triple some of the quantity here. Probably for the crops, make it look like a real plantation. Make it really look like a farm. Well, a farm. This was cute. This was a good way to get a lot of base resources. For anyone new starting out, they were able to come here, get a bunch of base stuff, and they wouldn't have to hunt around for like the animals or whatever. Just take a golden lasso, steal some, that sort of a thing. So that worked out great. Let's go ahead and head back to the treehouse, shall we? I still can't get over that. That's totally awesome. Let's go ahead and dump off some stuff in the ME system, which we have a ton of. Let's get all that out of here. Next thing I want to walk through is I want to show you guys the progress on the arena. That's certainly been coming around quite nicely. Now, since we lost all of our Mistcraft worlds, any one of the books that were linked to an old Mistcraft world, if you click on it, it would actually just crash your client. So learn that the hard way, and so did the other Motley Crafters. But we still have the ones connected to the overworld, sanctuary, farming, and the arena. Now this is one that Master Codex has been a great help with, absolutely. It's really come a long way, and I really hate to see this go, but if we do plan on upgrading, this is what we're going to have to lose. Considering with the upgrade, you're not allowed to take any of the 1.5 worlds with you. They are not forward compatible. I remember when this was just this cobblestone here. We have our bazaar, which never really got very far. I couldn't decide on a single one that I liked. I liked them all. I liked all the simplicity of it. I liked everything the way it was broken down. This just being a simple covered, maybe like a bus stop style, all the way down to these corner styles. I really liked how this was panning out, but just never got around to actually building the town. Aside from that, we did a great job clearing this out. This beginning archway looks absolutely awesome. I really liked how that shaped out. And then of course this is all the handiwork. Well, aside from what you guys saw me do, all the stands and stuff were all done by Master Codex. It looks absolutely amazing. And this is where the actual arena was going to be that we were working on with Rotorhead in the first world, in the vanilla world. Now, you guys never did see that get built or completed because I was saving that for a compilation video. I took a lot of shots of Rotorhead doing the building, laying down the obsidian, getting it cleaned up and everything. So that never really finished. But this just looks absolutely awesome. So I just wanted to at least show you guys that no matter what, even if we do cancel this world and move on to something else, I just wanted to show you how a Motley Crafter took a look at this and we tried to come together and figure this out. Yeah, this looks absolutely great. Yeah, and that's the base. That was all there was to it. Cleared out a few hundred blocks in each direction, got started. Oh, with the sunset. Oh, hang on. Looks even better. Yeah, that's great. Hopefully maybe we'll be able to get this finished up and have a battle or two. Then I'll be able to record that, but we're probably going to call this just a done project as it is, even though it's not really done. But we do have everyone itching to move over to the next world, so we'll have to do a bit of a chat and see what everyone thinks about that. Either way, I'm really happy with how this one turned out. As with all the projects, do I have a bow? No, why would I have a bow? Dun da da! And I totally missed. Got him? Totally got him. Holy crap, and a head. That's my first head. In Minecraft. That I got from killing a guy. Okay, just make sure I explain all that. Boop. Just put him in the corner. Hello. Hang on. Hello. Can I see the back of it if I get in close enough? Oh. Hang on. There we are. Hang on. There we go. This is my buddy. I call him Mr. Head. Oh, South Park. Okay, anyway. There's that. Gonna probably wrap this up as an episode. Let's get this out of here. Burp. Aside from that, not much else has been going on. I know that Spectral, Master Codex, Rotorhead, everyone's been pretty busy with their actual real lives, so it's been a little difficult to get in any solid recordings. I know I've been certainly busy with my job and all that stuff, trying to make sure that, well, I can keep my job and stuff. I've got a lot to do in the real world, so it's been a little difficult to get recordings here and with everything else that I've been doing. But I really hope you guys have enjoyed this journey that we've taken together. I've really enjoyed making these videos, and of course, if you've got any tips or tricks, any feedback, feel free to let me know. Otherwise, I hope to see you guys next time. See ya.